Hare Krishna. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम कौन कहते हैं भगवान काते नहीं बेर सबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं गोपियों के तरह तुम नचाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम नाम जपते चलो काम करते चलो हर समय कृष्णा का ध्यान करते चलो अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी कृष्ण दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. A bit late. Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I had to pick my son and got delayed from school.
Oh, so
it's just a school finishing time here. Sorry,
okay.
Mataji.
No, is that okay now, Mataji, or you had to rush back? Like,
I mean, it is actually rushing for me. 4 o'clock earlier time was very comfortable, but yeah. Anyway, I just had to do something today. I was a little bit stuck. Sorry, Mataji. So, shall we do invocation or someone has already done, Mataji?
no, Mataji, only bhajan.
Okay.
Mataji sang. We can start with invocation.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guravi Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Namaste Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine. Panchakalpatarubhyasya cha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Ksha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanostate Devi Pranamami Harite Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I'll start sharing the we are in the 11th chapter, right, Mataji's 11th and universal form. I'm supposed to start with 11, yeah? That's it, Mataji. Is it 11:11, Mataji? Oh, that's what I'm remembering.
Yes, 11th chapter.
11:14, I think, not 11.
11:13, Mother.
13, is it? Okay, maybe you have not finished 13 yesterday or. Okay. 13, yes, Mataji? Today looks like 14 to me in the list given.
Yes, Mataji, 13 was over. 14 you have to start.
Okay, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, universal form, verse 14. Tata sa Vishnumaya Vishto Hrishta Roma Dhananjaya Pranamaya Shrirasha Devam Kritanjalir Abashyata. Anyone wants to recite?
Hare Krishna. Recite, Mataji. Tata sa Vishmaya Vishto Rishta Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Kritanjalir Abhashata. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna changes immediately. Before, Krishna and Arjuna had a relationship based on friendship. But here, after the revelation, Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect, and with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna. He is praising the universal form. Thus, Arjuna's relationship becomes one of wonder rather than friendship. Great devotees see Krishna as the reservoir of all relationships. In the scriptures, there are 12 basic kinds of relationships mentioned, and all of them are present in Krishna. It is said that he is the ocean of all the relationships exchanged between two living entities, between the gods, or between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Here, Arjuna was inspired by the relationship of wonder, and in that wonder, although he was by nature very sober, calm, and quiet, he became ecstatic. His hair stood up, and he began to offer his obeisances unto the Supreme Lord with folded hands. He was not, of course, afraid. He was affected by the wonders of the Supreme Lord. The immediate context is wonder. His natural loving friendship was overwhelmed by wonder, and thus he reacted in this way. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji, for reading. So yeah, so now, after Krishna, explained about his in the previous chapter, all about his vibhutis, like opulences. Now Krishna is, and Arjuna's illusion has already been, dispelled. Now Arjuna requested Krishna to show his powerful form. Yeah. So then, he showed it, and then Arjuna also requested to. Krishna gave him. Sorry, Krishna also gave him a divya chakshu, means a divine eyes to see this mystic opulence of Lord, that is Yogam Aishwaryam of the Supreme Lord, which already been, described in the 10th chapter, and now this universal form also. Lord is actually describing his universal form, and then Arjuna is seeing now when the Lord has showed his universal form, Arjuna is seeing, as you all went through previous verses, unlimited faces, arms, eyes, weapons, so much, it's a very wonderful effulgent form of Krishna, this universal form. And then, he's seeing everything in this universe at one place like that, and then seeing this, Arjuna actually, he just bows down. And then Arjuna, realizes, he's seeing this Vishwaroop, and then it's actually very difficult. Just like, we cannot see the sunlight or sun directly, we can't see. If there is a bright, hot weather, now we have got a cold season here, but, if you are in India and other parts of the country, it's going to be summer there, and then it's severe heat. Then in that heat, you can't even completely open your eyes like that. So it is, seeing this Vishwarupa, it's very difficult for Arjuna to behold at Krishna's beautiful form or the supremacy like that. So this has been, these verses are actually describing about Virat Rup of Krishna. And then, it in the translation of this verse, it is said, bewildered, Arjuna is bewildered, astonished. And, like, what do you say, we get goosebumps if you hear something which is really, out of this world. You get goosebumps on your, body like that. So he's telling a hair standing on end is like that, getting goosebumps. And Arjuna bowed down and he offered obeisances and he folded hands and he started glorifying Krishna here. So his divine vision, once divine vision is revealed, now the relationship of Krishna and Arjuna actually changed. Krishna and Arjuna had a before, friendship relationship. Thereafter, he surrendered to as a student, and then after revelation of the supreme, opulence of Supreme Lord, Virat Rup, Arjuna is with great respect and awe and reverence, holding hands and praying to Krishna that, he is glorifying the universal form of Krishna, and then his relationship actually changed. Someone is a friend, they talk in very jovially, casually, they talk. Right now, his situation has changed. He's not no more behaving like a friend, and then he's saying Krishna is a reservoir of all relationships. Now, as in scriptures mentioned, there are 12 kinds of relationships. So all of them are present in Krishna. He's seeing that, and then he's an ocean of relationships which anyone can exchange like that, with gods, and between gods means like living entities, between gods means all the demigods, between devotees, all that. So Arjuna is actually, his relationship was now changed to wonder, adbhuta rasa, like that, And although he's, Prabhupada mentioned in the Prabhupada is very, by nature, very sober, calm and quiet, he became ecstatic. His hair stood up and he began to offer obeisances with folded hands. So he's not, of course, afraid. It's just that, he understands that it's the Supreme Lord and his form, he's seeing his form because Krishna has given, rewarded with the divine eyes. But it's affected by that, so much wonder situation he's seeing that. And then natural loving relationship of friendship is now exchanged by wonder. That is actually secondary rasa. So the primary rasas, we have different rasas or mellows which we exchange with Supreme Lord. Like primary rasas, we see Shanta, neutral ras, Dasya, that is Sakya, and then Dasya is servant, Sakya is friendship, and then we see Vatsalya, parental love, and then Madhurya, conjugal love. We see. Now the other side, it is different. The secondary rasas are indirectly you are exchanging these mellows, but they are, there's like laughter, wonder, chivalry, there is compassion, angry, and then fearful and disastrous. These are all, the Virya Rasa, Karunya Rasa, Rudra Rasa, like that, Vibhatsa, Bhava, Bhayanak, like Hasya, Adbhuta. So now he is now changed from friendship to Adbhuta here. And he reacted in this way because this is how, he could really see Krishna, and his relationship is slowly, because he's bowing down and he's astonished, and it's so wonderful like that, Adbhutam like that. Here standing on his hand, folded hands, he started glorifying Arjuna. So experience of seeing this universal form, so that is what he's going through. Earlier Arjuna was describing this how to his vision with the Shastra Chakshu divine eyes he could perceive the universal form. Now he is, actually started glorifying. Earlier he's describing, now he's glorifying that. He's realizing that upon seeing Vishwarupa. That is what is glorifying. So shall we go to the next verse? I hope so.
Yes, Mataji.
15. Arjuna uvacha pashya me devamstava devadehi sarvam sravamstata bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmanamesham kamalasanastam rishimscha shravan urghamscha divyan. Anyone wants to recite?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pashyami devastava deva deve sarvastaya bhuta vishesha shankhan brahmanam isham kamalashanastatham risham cha sanvan urgaham cha divyan. Translation. Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see the Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as the Lord Shiva and all the sages and the divine serpents." Shall I read purport also, Mataji?
Anyone, Nandini Mataji wants to read? There's some others are raising hand.
I can read, Mataji.
Yeah, okay.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna sees everything in the universe. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which the Garbhodakshai Vishnu lies in the lower regions of the universe. This snake bed is called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as Vasuki. Arjuna can see from the Garbhodakshai Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet where Brahma, the first creature of the universe, resides. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna, who was sitting in one place on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So here in this universal form, Arjuna is able to see everything from the bottom, which is where Garbhodakshai Vishnu lays on a serpent, which is Vasuki, like snake bed. It's already it's all like hoods of Anantashesh. Vasuki is there, and then there are he's seeing that particular bottom of the Supreme Lords, where onto the top where Brahma's planet is. So that because of Krishna's grace, he could see that, and then bottom to the top, and then Brahma is actually is the first creature in this universe. He's a master of engineer for the create universes. After created, he started using all the ingredients which Krishna has given, and then with the formulas, with the instructions, he just created all the living entities like that. So this he has seen this celestial serpent Vasuki, which is where Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is lying, and in the lower regions of this universe is that. And then in the snake bed and other snakes also he saw like that. And then he's seeing that lots of all living entities, all the demigods, and then Brahma sitting on the lotus, and then Shiva, all the sages, divine serpents, everything is seeing like that. So which is like if you comprehend, there is actually universal form. I don't know how to share that in your thing. I have not opened it up, but there is something maybe it would have been good if I had done it, but I don't have right now to see. But that image is really good, like where you see that that Vishnu is laying down on Karana ocean, and then from the lotus stem is sprouting, and then where Lord Brahma is sitting on the lotus like that, and you see all the Brahmanda, means several universes, just like how a bag is filled with mustard, you can't differentiate which universe is what, like that, the innumerable universes, and then in every universe you see all the demigods, living entities, and Brahma himself sitting in that, and then Shiva, everyone is there, like in each and every planet like that. So that is what he is actually able to see it. We can only visualize, or we can see in a picture, but this is Krishna seeing, Arjuna seeing himself, because it's possible by the grace of Supreme Lord only, like that purpose is given in the purport. Yeah. I'll try to share it once before we finish, but we'll go ahead with the next one. These are self-explanatory and straightforward verses. अनेक बहुद्र वक्त्रनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वं सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपम् अनन्तरूपं नान्तां न मध्यं न पुनस्त्वदीं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूपा. Anyone wants to recite?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes.
अनेकबाहूदरवक्त्रनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां सर्वतो अनन्तरूपं नान्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वरा विश्वरूपा. Shall I read the translation?
Yeah, read, Mataji. It's just a small one.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle and no beginning. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So Lord's form is purely it's imaginary. I mean, it's not, we cannot actually, this universal form is origin of this universal form is Vishweshwara, the Vishwarupa. Krishna, Arjuna is seeing his unlimited form like that, Ananta Rupa. Yeah? In that Ananta Rupam, there is lots of arms, lots of bellies, lots of mouths, lots of eyes, expanded everywhere without any limit like that. There's no end. And there's no middle, there's no beginning on this form like that. So that is what bewildering to him. In the previous verse, when he mentioned, it is like, my God, where is it starting? Where is it ending? You can't comprehend. Like that, Supreme Personality of Godhead is unlimited. Then but he could see through everything like that. So you can see all that of Krishna's mercy is there, so Arjuna can see all of it, and that's what he is describing or explaining. Yeah. So it is Anantarupam like that. Yeah? We have in Brahma Samhita also, no? Advaitam Achyutam Anadirupam. Adhyam Purushan Avayavvanancham Vedesha Durlabam Bhakto Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham. Like that. Yeah. So he is like, Adi Purusha, Anantharupam, like that. Described by Lord Brahma, also glorified him like that. Go to the next one. 17. Kirtinam Gadinam Chakrinamscha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Deeptimantam Pashyami Tvam Druniksyam Samantat Deeptalang Alangraka Dutim Arpameyam Deepanalarka, sorry. Deepanalarka Deepthanalarka Aprameyam. Anyone wants to recite?
Hare Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gadinam Chakrinancha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Deeptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat Deeptanalarkya Jyotimaprameyam.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhu Prabhupada ki jai. Your form is different to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire, or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing from everywhere, poured on with various crowns, clubs, and discs. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, yeah, it is again, Krishna's, he is describing the Durni Rikshana means it is, difficult to see. What about Prabhupada says in the translation, Durni Rikshana. It's very difficult to see. And then it is in a glowing form, Tejo Rasim, that is effulgently glowing like that, blazing fire like that, and it is this particular form of the Lord is bedecked with lots of crowns, clubs, and discs like that. And then there is Deeptimantam, means it is glaring effulgence is coming from his personality when the universal form is, spreading all sides. Then you see if sun shines, beginning of that, sunrise, you don't see that effulgence. Once it completely shine, you see everywhere it spread, and you see sunlight everywhere. So it's like that, Arjuna could see this immeasurable radiance, aprameyam, like a blazing fire, or the sun, like that. It's spreading in all directions, and then it's actually cannot comprehend, or cannot actually, anyone cannot perceive this difficult form of the Lord like that. Your form is very difficult to see. That's what Arjuna is glorifying, because it's unless, because Arjuna is awarded, gifted with the divine eyes, so he could see. But none of us can actually, even understand when we are going through this, how hard it is to understand if a person, in front of you, how you can imagine. It's something very, not a fearful situation, but it is something which is amazing. Like, we cannot really, with our eyes, with the limited knowledge, we can't understand this Supreme Lord's universal form like that. But the descriptions of Arjuna helps us to little bit visualize how the Lord could look like that. Yeah. So he's an eternal person. And Adi Purusha, like, described, yeah. So we have not much to describe, discuss on that, but yeah. Anyone has anything to share on there, or? And Arjuna is actually convinced of Supreme Lord's position like that now. He's like, he's infallible, and his primary object is, Krishna, who is, loving object, supreme primeval object is him like that. And then whoever is knowledge seekers, or, people who are seeking Krishna's liberation, they all know by this, they all know this Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and, and also you are the, is his unlimited base, is his resting place of shelter for the whole universe, after destruction. That is what it is. And it is an inexhaustible position like that, everything here is describing in this verse. So he will declare here, I'm really convinced with your supremacy in this verse actually. So the 18th verse, Tamaksharam paramam viditvayam Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvamavaya avyaya shashvata dharmagopta shantanatastam purusho matomi. Anyone wants to recite?
May I, Mataji, please?
Yes, please, Mataji.
Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam Tvamsya vishvasya param nidhanam त्वमव्यय शाश्वत धर्म गुप्ता सनातनास्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Yeah, so Krishna, he's, Arjuna is actually, convinced of Supreme Lord supremacy, and is telling, you are my supreme primeval object to worship, like that, and you are the resting place for all the universes. So he has seen these universal forms, so now top to bottom he has seen everything. So now he understood that all the universes are resting on him, like that, and where he is sleeping, laying on the Ananta Shesh, hoods of Vasuki he saw, and then he is, inexhaustible. I mean, he is the oldest, means he don't have a, he's Adi Purusha, so he's a beginning, and then he's there every time, and he's the oldest, like that he could see, and then everything is coming from him. He's a cause of all causes, he's a maintainer, like that, and he's declaring that this is my opinion. You are the maintainer of this eternal religion and the personality of Godhead, like that. He's completely convinced by Supreme Lord's Aishwarya, Yogam Aishwarya, like that. He's telling. After destruction, everywhere, he's the place where, everything resting place, for the universe, ultimate basis or resting place of the shelter of this whole universes. Brahmanda is, after destruction is you, like that. Should we go to the next? At least declaring you are ancient, eternal, ancient personality of God. Anadimadhyanantam anantaviryam anantabahum shashisuryanetram pashyami tvam deeptahutasya vaktram swatejasa vishvam idam tapanat tapantam. Anyone wants to recite?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji. अनादिमध्यन्तमनन्तवीर्यम् अनन्तबाहुं शशिसूर्यनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वं दीप्ताहुतासवक्त्रं स्वतेजसा विश्वम् idam tapantam. Translation: You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Purport: There is no limit to the extent of the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places, there is repetition. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at a time, bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So again, what it is, is telling that, this Krishna has got unlimited six opulences. We all know that, Krishna has got, what is that? Wealth, beauty, knowledge. Then what are the other three?
Fame,
Fame,
beauty.
fame, renunciation, and what's other? Wealth, beauty,
Renun-
knowledge, fame, renunciation, and strength, right?
Strength, yes.
Yeah, so these are all the six opulences which has got unlimitedly. So one of us may have, little beauty, or, maybe little wealth, and something is a power, fame. These are all very limited to whatever we have. It's just a drop in the ocean, like that. But for Arjuna, Arjuna is telling that Krishna, no limit to the extent of the six opulences you have got. And then he's telling, in many other places, this repetition means every time it is being mentioned, and according to the scriptures, these glories of the Supreme Lord is like unlimited. We keep on hearing. It's just that, as and when you hear, it is a more meaningful information, understanding you will get, and then that, it said that a time of bewilderment or wonder or great ecstasy statements are repeated over and over. That means, it's like how, there is a verse in Bhagavatam also, Atma Ramas, self-realized people, they actually, get more pleasure and more ecstasy or more sweetness in hearing this Lord's pastimes, because they are self-realized, but they are always wanting to engage in that. And to such, self-realized souls also, pastimes of the Lord is very, very, pleasing to their heart. So they continuously want to hear again and again, repeatedly over and over, like that. So this particular situation is like that for Arjuna. He's just telling, all the 6 opulences, there's no limit for that we can see, and then it's all repeated everywhere that your glories are unlimited, like that. So, and Krishna's, it's blazing fire is coming from his mouth, and it's like burning the entire universe. It's telling, without origin, middle, or end, your glory is unlimited, like that. So in a mundane world, someone's glory may last for at least maybe 1 week, or if it depends on, like, let's say my son goes to the soccer match. Every Sunday they have a match, and then every match there someone will win, and the next week, it will last for only for that week. Next week, either they win or lose, we don't know. That glory is limited. But here, when you say Krishna is without origin, middle, or end, that glory is unlimited, evergreen, everlasting, like that. So not like you and me get some accolades or appreciations or some rewards. They will just stay for some time, and it's temporary for us. We all know that what we achieve is not going to stay permanent. But here, Supreme Lord's glories are unlimited. And Arjuna is describing you have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. He's further describing, is now going into details of the universal form. I see a blazing fire coming from your mouth. This we would have already seen so many times, this kind of universal form. It's very prominent in India and in other places among us. We would have seen or imagine now, visualize that is there. And then looks like, this fire will, burn the entire universe with the kind of radiance coming from, like that. But there is no flaw in this. That is what, Krishna's Kalarupa. His form is like a time, and this is, further verses we'll hear more about this. But yeah, this is a beginning of the description of Krishna's Kalarupa, actually. Arjuna's glorification of Krishna's Kalarupa is the beginning. His form has time. That is, in 30th verse is described more about his form, which is also, called as time. I am the time, like that, So, yeah, so his opulences are unlimited, unlike us, which we all have to understand, and Arjuna is declaring and glorifying here. Anyone has any questions or anything to add? Because it looks like I'm going over the verses, but there are small. Is that okay, Lakshmi Mataji, or?
Yes, Mataji, it's fine.
Dvaya prithvayor idham antaram hi vyaptam tvayekena disascha sarva drishtvaadbhutam rupam ugram tvavedham lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman. Anyone wants to recite?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Dvaya प्रीतिव्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वाः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपमुग्रं तवेदं लोकात्रयं प्रव्यथितं महात्मन्.
Yeah.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dvaya Prithviyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see his universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. So yeah, so Krishna is again, Arjuna is further glorifying. It's you are, although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all the space between. Like now there is looks like there's no gap. Like that, oh Great One, seeing this wonderful and terrible form. All the planetary systems are perturbed. That means it's too much. There's the space between heaven and earth is like completely filled. Look, all the three worlds. In this verse, it appears that not only Arjuna sees this universal form, but he is also seeing other planetary systems. Everything. It's just. He feels like, is it true? Like that. It's like a dream, or is it true? Like, but still, Krishna has given him this divine vision. So he could see this universal form on the battlefield. So Krishna allowed him to see the demigods also. That the demigods, allowed the demigods to see his universal form, and Arjuna is also able to see those demigods. So not only Arjuna, like Krishna allowed those demigods also to see like that. So because of Arjuna's divine vision, he could see everything what's happening in the universal form, and he's also saying that this universal form was not a dream; it's real, like that. It's just it is space between heaven and earth is covered like that, and then these words are really other planetary system, everything he could say. So yeah, I mean, not much to expand. Understanding is important here, that how universal form is, such a wonderful form. And Arjuna is telling terrible because he got perplexed also, and he is going to, request Krishna to actually show his only two form, his better two-handed form, not this like that. But yeah, so he's, for a layman, it will be hard to see this form. But yeah, still Arjuna is really perturbed with that. Yeah. Ahamitvam sarva sangha vishanti kechidbitaha pranjalyo grunanti shashviti te ukva maharshi siddha sangha tuvanti tvam stutibihi ulakshabihi. Anyone wants to read? It's not Pulaksha, Pushaksh. Yeah, Pukshabi.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Amehi tvam sura sangha vishanti kechidvita pranjalayo grinanti swasti iti uktva maharshi siddha sangha suvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demigods in all the planetary systems feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence, and so prayed for protection. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, all the demigods are also surrendering Krishna they're all entering into you like that. He could see all the Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, sorry, not Vishnu, every other, Indra, Chandra, Varma, all that. And then some are praising you out of fear, like that is telling. And then there is sages, perfected beings, they are actually crying because swasti, swasti, like that. There's all please and they are praying to you by singing Vedic hymns like that. All the what is that Purusha Shukta prayers, all those prayers like that, glorification of the Lord they do. So these are all, they are doing it. So how the demigods are surrendering and how they're entering. So how they're offering their obeisances with folding hands like that. They're all perfected beings and they're crying for all peace, and then they're praying with Vedic hymns like that. Demigods are in all the planetary systems, all the demigods feared this manifestation of universal form because there's such a glaring effulgence happening, and then they're all actually, out of in that fearful situation, they are paying obeisances and they're praying to Lord for protection actually. So that is what is also happening. So and different, everyone sages praying, like crying and asking for peace and then requesting for peace, and others are praying with Vedic hymns glorifying, and then all the demigods are surrendering to the Supreme Lord like that. So this is a beautiful form Arjuna is seeing, the prayers of demigods and sages. He is seeing that also in Supreme Lord's universal form. रुद्रादित्या वशवो हि च सद्या विश्वेश्विनो मारुतश्चोपमश्च गन्धर्वा यक्षसुरा सिद्धसङ्घा वीक्षन्ते त्वं विषमस्त्वचैव सर्वे. Anyone wants to recite?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
रुद्रादित्या वसवो ये च साध्या विश्वेश्विनो मरुतश्चोष्मपाश्च गन्धर्वयक्षसुरसिद्धसङ्घाः वीक्षन्ते त्वां विस्मिताश्चैव सर्वे. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishvedevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here it is, all others are looking you in astonishment, like, it's like a great surprise to them like that, not surprise, actually it is a great kind of the scene is something for them which they cannot actually behold it like that. It's a wonderful only adbhuta scene, but great form with many all the Lord Shiva, Adityas, Vasus, Sadhyas, Vishwadas, various manifestations also Arjuna is able to see, Maruts, forefathers, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras. They're all actually, looking at this Vishwarup. Arjuna is saying that they are looking at this Vishwarup in astonishment, that they're all are Rudras, Adityas, they're all, so Siddhas, Asuras, Yakshas, everyone is also similarly understanding, like how Arjuna is understanding, same astonishment, they are also looking in the Vishwarup like that. All are looking. He can see that also, like all of them are, various manifestations are also looking like that, the universal form. Yeah. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram maho baho bahu bahuropadam bahudaram bahudamstrakaralam drishtva lokaha pravayati tastataham.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Rupam mahate bahuvaktra netram mahabaho bahurupadam bahudaram bahudam shrakaralam दृष्ट्वा लोका प्रव्यथितास्तथाहम्. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O mighty arm one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So now Arjuna is telling, like, all planets, all demigods in those planets, all are agitated. This is like, something which is disturbing them, seeing this great form. It's really, really many faces, many eyes, arms, thighs, legs, bellies, and this teeth also terrible. Like that means it's a almighty armed one, but all this is in Arjuna expresses that this thing is happening. All the demigods are also getting your form. So this it's something which is also expressed. I'm also disturbed. Like how I am disturbed, all others are also disturbed. In the sense, this is something which is very hard to comprehend. This with our just eyes, limited knowledge, very hard to understand Supreme Lord's, how he is, manifestations are happening, how all others are also in him, planets and demigods and all the living entities. Each and every aspect is completely visualizing. So it's a little bit hard for him. So it completely got disturbed. In the sense, looking at that friendship form of Krishna to this particular gigantic universal form, it's kind of bewildering to him, like that. Yeah. So he slowly come to the situation that where he expresses that, better I don't want this ferocious form to see anymore. I just want he requests in future, now in future verses, that withdraw this form, like just very fearful form, like that he says. Yeah. And he also requests, please be merciful on me, like that he continues his glorification. Nabha sparsham deeptam anekavarnam vyatatmanam deepta vishala netram drishtva hi tvam pravayatitantaratma dhrutim na vindham samhamscha Vishnu. Anyone wants to recite? I think after this we'll go to a different section. 1 or 2 verses. Yeah.
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Any others are there, or okay?
If anyone else
Yes, Mataji. No one is. I can't see anyone raising hand. So
I can go ahead, Mataji.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
please. Yeah.
Okay. Nabhasprsam diptamanekavarnam vyattanam dipta visala netram drishtva hi tvam pravyati
Atma.
antaratma dhritim na vindami samam cha Vishnu. Translation. O all pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Now Arjuna's situation is fearful. He's like, he's also fearful, not only bewildered and astonished and all that. He's not able to maintain, means continuously seeing this form is not possible for him. He can't be steadily watching or seeing this beautiful form of the Lord. And he's saying, you're touching the sky. And then, touch such great like this, how long he will see, like that he's touching the sky, and then lots of radiant colors, like how you see, when we see this rainbow, you can't see it won't appear for long, but this is like this, there's radiant colors there, and then, there's lots of mouths and lots of eyes, glowing eyes, actually, effulgent glowing eyes, so many like that. So is all pervading Vishnu, like that. So is declaring that, all pervading Vishnu is seeing this many radiant colors which is touching the sky, and so much of glowing eyes. Mind is perturbed by fear. So he's in a fearful situation now. That no longer able to maintain and see that steadiness or equilibrium of mind is not there. He's completely getting disturbed and fearful, things like that. Yeah? So Arjuna is like, now had enough of seeing, means in the sense is having a little bit getting into nerves like that, my God, can't able to comprehend like that. Yeah. So I think if we do this verse, we'll go to the next different section. We'll complete this one verse. I think small, just simple. Damstrakarlani chate mukani दृष्ट्रैव कालानला सन्निभानि दिशो न जनेन लभेश्च शर्मा प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवासा. Anyone wants to recite?
Hey Mataji.
Yes, Babuji, thank you.
दंष्ट्राकरालानि च ते मुखानि दृष्ट्रैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवासा. Translation by A.C. Bhakta Vedanta Prabhu Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord of Lords, O Refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth in all directions. I am bewildered. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So now he is actually, asking, requesting Krishna, please shower mercy on me. Prasidha, please mercy. And then you are the Lord of the Lords. Devesha is Lord of the Lord. And then all the, Jagannivasa means, you are the shelter for all the worlds, like, then, I'm not able to actually continuously balance my mind to see this beautiful form, which is like, blazing death-like faces, means like that pralaya, what is happening also, it is being showed in the universal form. And then, the appearances of all, all the living entities, birth, death, everything is showing. So then this is bewildering to Arjuna. Actually, just can't hold anymore this one. And he's telling, please let me, I can't, he cannot recognize the directions also, like that. It is so much going on everywhere. Which direction is what? Either it is north, south, east, west, like that is everywhere. So it's just bewildered in all directions. It's just too much for him to go through or, continue to see that. And then he's just requesting Krishna to shower mercy on him. Please be merciful to me, like that. Some pleading Krishna to get back to his normal form, like that. So he will, in future verses, is further explained there, how the description of that, Arjuna's requesting. Arjuna seeing the outcomes of war also he sees, actually in future verses it is described. This Kurukshetra war, Krishna told Arjuna that he can see whatever he wishes to see. And, that indicates that, Krishna seeing, Arjuna will see Krishna's body and future victory and defeat of this war also he's seeing in this Virat Roop. And this next few verses, Krishna actually shows Arjuna the outcome of this Kurukshetra war also. It is all been declared like that. So the fire of death is mentioned in this purport, in this actually translation in this verse, that is universal form is like blazing death-like faces, and the fire of destruction at the end of this universe is actually seen by Arjuna. So that is why he is just pleading and requesting to show mercy to him, like that. Yeah. Anyone wants to add or share anything?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, one question, like, was there a specific reason why Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna? Although he could have shown, many other forms, Narayana forms, Krishna has, and then many other, forms, Chaturbuj forms and other forms. I mean, he showed the Chaturbuj form, but initially, was there any specific reason he showed this fearful form to Arjuna?
Because he's Arjuna requested actually, his illusion has all been dispelled just before, when Krishna has described all his opulences. Arjuna requests Krishna to show his universal form. He himself requests him to show, because this is the something which he wants to understand, something he wants to know more about Krishna. So all the illusion is gone, but show me your powerful form. So Arjuna requests Krishna. That's how he, by which you enter and you pervade and you support, how it is happening. Can you show like that? And he also requests, beginning of this chapter only it is there, no? The first few verses, Arjuna requests to Krishna to show his universal. And then, and he also says that, if you think I can behold it, if you think I can, understand further, can you show me your powerful form? Like that, how you are entering, how you are supporting. This is upon Arjuna's request only Krishna is showing. That's what my understanding is.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
If anyone wants to share anything, I'm happy to hear. Yeah, it's a request of Arjuna. And Krishna promises, oh yeah, no problem. If you think I can behold it, when Arjuna says, Krishna later says that, okay, he describes his universal form and then he gives this divine eyes for him to see this mystic opulence of Krishna. So by the mercy of the Lord, only Arjuna could see this universal form. And it's his request to show this form. So he's showing it like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
It's not just understanding, is not like Arjuna's chariot driver, but he's pervading, supporting the entire universe. So then that's how, he wishes to see this Krishna's pervading everywhere in his form. Like that. It's introductory verses of this chapter actually. Anyone has any other concern, questions or comments or any realizations or reflections of universal form? Very hard to understand. This chapter is very, Arjuna is only in that position. How we can visualize this or understand this? It's all
Mataji,
good. Yes, Mataji, go on.
Mataji, you mentioned about an image, no? Like the universal image. You said it's a very beautiful picture, like from Brahmaji and all. Can you share it on the WhatsApp group, please, Mataji?
Yeah, I will share it. Actually, I want to, I'll stop sharing here and in a minute, I'll just show you. Stop sharing the screen. Give me a minute. And I stopped, right? Sharing the screen is done. I'm a bit not so
Yes, Mataji.
in technology.
Mataji.
I'll show there is a nice thing which Do you have any common WhatsApp group like Mataji for Bhagavad Gita? You all have any group?
Yes, Mataji. Or Mataji, you could give it to Lakshmi Mataji also. She can put it on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, there is one. There is one I can share it to Mataji. It is how it is describing the. I'll share it to Mataji, yeah? Because I'm not sure. Whether I will get here or not. Not getting here actually. The one I
Mataji,
got.
we can do this in the Zoom chat also. If you want, you can share it.
Yeah, I can share now. This is just a small image which I was trying to make you
Okay,
understand.
if you can send it to my WhatsApp, I can share now only.
Okay, okay. So this is that, you know, how the Garbhodakshaya ocean where Vishnu is laying and all the planetary
Okay.
systems are there, you know.
Okay,
that,
the universe
yeah.
from all the whole Mataji
Top
from
to bottom, yeah, top to bottom. Which
okay,
there's-
only the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu portion, or you want that Karnodakshaya also, right?
I think it's mainly Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and
Okay.
how it's one universe. It is one universe they see.
Okay.
And like that, you know, all others are also there. Vishnu is there, and then you know we have Brahma is there, and then all other demigods also there, like that. You understanding, Mataji, what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
There are a couple of images like that, but how the 14 planetaries are there, like that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, the 14 planetary systems.
Is it from the Golok chart, Mataji?
Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Correct, Prabhu.
Okay, I have it, Mataji. I can share it if you.
You have it? Okay, you can share,
Yeah.
Prabhu. You can share. I stopped now. You can share it now. That is actually
Sharing it now.
yeah.
I'll zoom it. Once let me know
Yeah.
once it's visible. Okay. So is it visible, Mataji?
No, actually, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I
Visible,
don't.
it's visible.
Visible?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
We can.
Oh, yeah,
Prabhuji,
yeah,
you can
yeah, yeah.
little bit
Yeah,
zoom
this
in.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to little bit reduce. I mean, what do you
Yes. Now we can.
decrease it? Yeah, this is the what I was talking about. Like,
Also, please send in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the bottom is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Yeah.
And then Brahma is coming from
This,
the
you know, Vasuki,
endeavor.
this one, the serpent, and then Brahma, this stem, and then sitting, and then Lord Brahma. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is in everyone, all living entities like that, yeah. So first he sees this one, and then later, you know, things. Yeah, there is a Dhruva Loka also here, yeah. So this is what I was thinking, yeah. There is a yeah, further verses, more description is nicely described. I mean, universal forms, you know. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Mataji, one question here. This earth, water, fire, air. Here it is written that earth personified worshipped Lord Varaha, and why like that, Mataji? In this rings,
Where is it?
earth, water, fire, air, ether.
Yeah, water personified worship Matsya. It's connected to the pastimes of the Lord.
Okay.
And then, you know, fire is personification of Surya Narayan, like that, you know. So it's Chaturvirha form, all they are in one particular form is worshipped by in that particular, elements, subtle elements.
And I have heard also that every layer is like 10 times bigger than
10
the
times
previous
bigger
layer.
than, yeah. Every layer is 10 times bigger than this, yeah. So when we go to the false ego, we understand how it is bigger. And false ego is represent personification of Sankarshan. This says.
It's like a representation of that we have to come out of all these elements from us, even false
Correct.
ego and Mata, to get out of
Yeah,
this universe, one universe.
correct, yeah. Come out of earth, this particular thing to here, then here, then here, then here, then, it is like that, step by step. This is more detailedly described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. So maybe you can share this in the group, Prabhu, so others can have a nice look of this particular Goloka chart.
Sure, Mother. Yeah, I'll do that.
Like if there is any common group or like that.
Can you share that in that ICF Zoom group, English, that group, Motherji?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can put it there.
Can share. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll share that.
Hmm. So all good, Prabhus and Matajis. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Prabhu, for sharing that thing for all of us. So we'll see you all next week. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Motherji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Nah.
Pranam.
Pranam, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare